Now rocking with Ring Kings Boxing on the PRO Media Network. I'm Big Q chiming in on this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. Hey man, listen, we got the undisputed lightweight champion, Devin Haney. There is no more discussion. He is the master of that division of the lightweights. No more discussion, no more arguments. He's got all of the belts, unified champion. Give him his respect. Haney says fights with Lomachenko and Tank interest him the most. I would kind of caution you, Devin, to stay away from Tank Davis, but Lomachenko is an interesting fight right there on the horizon. So he's going to have a lot with all those belts. He's going to have some mandatories that eventually he'll have to face. So it's going to be a difficult. It's not very easy to be a unified champion. We're going to see what kind of reign Devin Haney has. He has all of the belts, which is incredible, but it's going to be even more incredible is to let's see what kind of reign as undisputed champion he'll have in defending all of those titles. So let's get into this article right here by Sean Nam, and he says Devin Haney apparently has no desire to sit on his hands as newly crowned undisputed lightweight champion. A 23-year-old Oakland, California native is coming off a dominant points win over George Kambosos early this month to unify all four belts in the 135-pound division. Now, Haney, who traveled from his residence in Las Vegas to Australia, Kambosos' homeland, to put the boxing clinic, using his jab to keep the Aussie at bay during the 12-round bout at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. Now, Haney, short-term future, however, depends on whether or not Kambosos chooses to activate his rematch clause. Now, from what I'm getting, he is definitely activating that clause. Now, Kambosos declared immediately after the fight that he intended to do that. Now, Haney had to agree to an immediate rematch with Kambosos in Australia in order to get his opportunity at the undisputed title shot. That was the language within the agreement, that just in case Kambosos lost the fight, that he gets the rematch clause. Also, the fight had to be in Australia. Now that Devin's the champion, can they finagle that thing or kind of go around that verbiage? Well, we'll see if it's a stickler for the rematch in Australia and you're undisputed. We'll see how that goes. But still, if for whatever reason Kambosos decided not to go through with that rematch, Haney will not lack for an attractive option. In recent interview, he floated two fights he would like the most. One is with three-division titleist Vasily Lomachenko of Ukraine, and the other is with hard-hitting attraction, which is Gervonta Tank Davis out of Baltimore. He said, I'd be interested in is Loma and Tank. Haney said in an interview with the Boxing Voice, the fights are the ones that interest me the most. Those are the ones, but I'll fight anyone. I'm a true fighter. Haney was 28-0 with 15 knockouts. However, understands the politics may get in the way of those fights. On paper, a fight with Lomachenko figures to be far easier to make than the one with Tank Davis. Now, Lomachenko currently is inactive, to be honest with you, but I don't think that lasts. I think eventually he will come back to active boxing. Haney and Lomachenko share the same promoter in Top Rank, which has an exclusive output deal with ESPN, the network that aired Haney's vaulted win over Kambosos. One outstanding issue, however, that is if when Lomachenko resumes his boxing career, the Ukrainian was originally supposed to fight Kambosos for all four titles, but he decided to join the military in his homeland to defend the ongoing invasion over there. So Tank Davis, who's 27-0 with 25 knockouts, is backed by Premier Boxing Champions and promoted by Mayweather Promotions. Davis is coming off that 6-round stoppage of Rolly Romero last month at the Barcade Center in Brooklyn. Now, notably, Davis himself recently called out Haney to a showdown. Those fights really interest me the most, but we can't always make those fights happen. Haney said it's still a business, and I understand that. We just got to see what my team can come up with and what is realistic. And the reality is, I will, and you guys chime on this, it'll be really interesting to see which direction Haney heads in after the fight with Kambosos. He has that immediate rematch with Kambosos. The only question is, will it be in America or will it be back in Australia because of the language and the agreement that he agreed upon to fight Kambosos? That's the biggest question I have. Now, outside of the Kambosos fight, which the rematch is supposed to be later on this year, once that occurs, then I think Lomachenko between that time frame could very well become active again. And that was a good point within the article that speaks about those two being on the same company, Top Rank. So, I mean, we know Aram always likes to try to see if he can find work for Lomachenko. That would be a really nice fight to see Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight for the undisputed crowns. That would be really special. And listen, to be honest with you, Devin Haney is able to defeat Lomachenko. let me tell you something. That further solidifies him as a legitimate lightweight. Not saying that he isn't, but a lot of people have Lomachenko, these pound for pound rankings higher than they have Devin Haney in many cases, which is ridiculous. Higher than, he has no belts, no nothing, but they have this guy. They have a high, very high opinion of Lomachenko. And I'm not saying that he's not a good fighter, but you have to put these guys in their proper places when it comes to what's actually happening currently. Not, this is not just opinionation. It's actually where these guys are right now. He's not holding any titles or belts right now, and we respect his skill, but his status is what he is simply what he is. He's not the champion anymore. So it would be interesting after he gets past George Kambosos again for Lomachenko. But really, my thing about Devin Haney, and I like him a lot, been talking about him for years, is the fact that I want to see how his reign as undisputed lightweight champion is. How many title defenses can he make? And seeing how he fought in that championship unification bout against Kambosos, is there another gear or two or three to Devin Haney? Is this the very best we'll see? Does he refine his game, get even smarter, even slicker, even stronger, even faster, even more calculating in the ring? That's what I'm looking forward from Haney. Let's see how Haney can hold these belts. I think he'll be a very good champion moving forward. But the Kambosos is up next, and Lomachenko would be interesting after the fact. But anyway, that'll do it for this installment of Ring Kings Boxing. Let me hear what you guys have to say about that. We know that Kambosos will be the next guy up, but who do you think Haney should fight after the fact? Should it be Loma? Should it be Tank? You guys put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I'm Big Q chiming on this episode of Ring King Boxing. Much love to the boxing family. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed with other boxing family members. With that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
Perfect.